Hello, Chris here. If you're watching the video version of this, you're probably wondering where the hell I am. I just wanted to share that I moved recently, and I moved up to Northern California, which is pretty far from where Altaf and I typically record episodes. So for that reason, there's going to be no episode today because Altaf and I are still trying to get a virtual setup that's right for us because we still want to do a video podcast where we can still do the split screen where we see each other in each half, but we just need a little time to get a proper, configuration and setup. So for that reason, we're going to be dropping a commentary track today instead, previously locked behind Patreon, but we're releasing it for free. So enjoy our commentary track on Guardians of the Galaxy. It's available on Disney Plus. You can easily watch it right along with us. It's a really fun one.
What's up, nice dudes? I'm Altaf.
And I'm Chris.
And welcome to another Nice Dude commentary track. We're starting our new series, which is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. We're done with Adam Sandler. Let's have a 5-second moment of silence.
Ooga chaka, ooga, ooga, ooga chaka.
Okay, I just want to start this right away. So we're watching this on Disney Plus. So if you have that, pull it up. Chris is going to do a countdown. When he says play, you hit play.
All right, folks. Start your engines in 3, 2, 1, play. I love these movies. I just wanted to point out these movies are lovely.
What a truly, I can't say this much about all Marvel movies, but what a truly revolutionary movie.
Yeah, I know. I remember when the trailer came out, everyone was like, at least for me in my experience, I know you had something different, but everyone was really interested. Everyone's like, oh shit, this is way different than what I thought it was going to be when they announced a Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I remember me and my friends were super what the fuck are they doing?
That's
what?
So funny.
So because I'm not into I haven't read all the comic books. The only comic books I'm usually mostly familiar with is Spider-Man.
Sure.
And so I didn't know these characters. So I thought I was oh, this is just probably for the hardcore comic book nerds. I don't know if it's going to be for me. And a lot of my group around me felt that way. And it took us all by surprise.
Yeah, because I think I had that experience, but with the trailer, if that makes any sense. When they announced that they were doing Guardians of the Galaxy, everyone is like, what? A Guardians of the Galaxy movie? That's a weird, obscure group of heroes. And then the trailer came out, and everyone's like, oh, this is very Hitchhiker's Guide-y.
Oh, okay. See, I haven't seen that as well, so maybe that's I was losing that context. Okay, also, I know his mom is a big part of this whole story, but I completely forgot that this movie starts this way.
Oh, it's brilliant, though, because, yeah, like you said, that is the entire 3-part arc that he has.
The way I think about this movie is literally just him, Chris Pratt, singing and dancing, and that's how it starts. But I'm oh, I forget he's a kid on Earth, and he's drowning himself out with music because he can't handle just being inside with his mom.
Yeah.
It's so moving that he can't even, hold his mom's hand. It crushes me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%, and I think they do a brilliant job of setting up the character Peter Quill, where he's a goofball and he's stupid, but he's clearly, very sympathetic.
Well, comedies, his joking and his fucking around is a coping mechanism, but it's so moving that right now he can't even look at his mom.
Yeah.
That's I've never seen, grief in, this type of movie being portrayed this way,
Yeah, because usually they portray it where they're hugging and it's
Mom, don't leave me.
Yeah, but this, it's probably a more honest portrayal to have it where it's you're going to be disconnected because you don't know how to process these feelings and you're too young to really understand the weight of it.
Just imagine going into a movie where you're okay, we're going to get a talking tree and a raccoon, and it's starting with his mom dying.
Yeah.
And also so efficiently, right now he just gets sucked into space and that's it. The movie doesn't waste any more time of him being on Earth,
Yeah, it tells you the rest of what happened through the movie in itself. The whole thing with the space pirates and all that.
I'm going to put this out there, man, and this might be a hot take. I do think the second one is my favorite.
Okay.
And the second one was probably my least favorite, if you asked me a few years ago. But, and it's weird to say there were only 2 a few years ago, but... But the second one's grown on me so much, and I don't know if that's because of my newfound fandom of Kurt Russell, but
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true. Kurt Russell is steals the show. I'm kind of torn because I really, really loved the third one too.
I do too. Trust me, I do too. Third one's a really hard watch for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just talking about in terms of rewatchability. I feel like I've gone back to the second one a few more times now.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I think I haven't rewatched the third one since it came out, but I do feel like that one hit me the hardest out of all of them.
Yeah. Also, is this movie kind of responsible for like the 80s music like craze again in the like after, post like 2016?
I don't think the soundtrack is 80s though, is it? I thought it was more like 60s and 70s.
Oh, is it not? Wow,
I
that
think so,
shows
yeah.
my knowledge of music.
Well, because, like Jackson 5 plays, and that's not from the 80s.
No,
Michael
that's-
Jackson was a grown man in the 80s.
You're right. I just feel embarrassed now, but yeah.
No, yeah, it's still playing retro music, I remember they said
Again,
when
like, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I remember they said when they were, like, writing the character of Peter Quill, they wanted to combine Han Solo and Marty McFly.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And that's totally what he is, isn't he?
I just want to shout out the title, the credit that just rolled up that said Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon.
I know.
Bradley Cooper's kind of like, it's one of the most brilliant voice performances I've ever heard.
I know. Oh, he's so good. He's so fucking good in these movies.
Completely disappears. To the
will
point
say-
where Bradley Cooper said that many people ask him if they modulated his voice at all. And he even said, he's like, I had to ask James Gunn because so many people asked me that. I'm like, did you change my voice? He's like, no, we didn't. Like,
He had to ask, like, I'm kind of suspicious now.
also this opening, right? This, okay, we're watching a sci-fi movie. We have no idea what we're about to experience with the song that's about to show up.
Oh, I know. It's probably one of the best openings in the MCU.
To the point where in Endgame, when they were running through like best of MCU, when they were going back in time, this was such a big moment.
Yeah.
I'd love to do like a commentary series on just the Avengers movies.
Oh, that would be super fun, yeah.
Would we include Civil War in there? Because people do consider that as like Avengers 2.5.
I don't know. I guess that's debatable, huh?
We'll
Because
see.
my brain just wants to get to just Avengers and Age of Ultron. And
Also, by the way, I had watched this before I'd ever seen Parks and Rec, so this was my first Chris Pratt experience.
interesting. Okay. I saw him first in the movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie and James McAvoy.
Oh,
and Morgan
interesting.
Freeman.
Okay,
He's a small side character.
Is that movie good? You told me it was really like stylistic.
Yeah, it's okay.
You told me about that shot with the bullet and everything.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh my god, right? Like, doesn't this bring you back to when you were like fucking 19?
I know. I feel like this movie revitalized a lot of these songs too.
I love when he kicks it, picks one up.
Yeah, right here.
It's no movie like announces itself harder than this one. Like, it shows you exactly what kind of movie you're in. And it was also like a big like moment because I think at the time people were kind of getting burnt out of the big Avengers world-ending stakes in Earth every movie.
Yeah.
And I think when this movie came along, it was just like, oh, we're just having fun now. This is great.
Yeah, and this movie just it's more intimate, it's more about family obviously and finding bonds through, like making a new family when you don't have one.
James Gunn also said, like, in interviews after this first movie came out, he said that, like, yeah, these guys are not really concerned with Earth right now. They have their own problems, and we're going to keep it separate for a little bit.
Well, yeah, and I know you mentioned that his sense of humor is a coping mechanism, which I agree with, but I also think that he just didn't have, like, he never grew up because he was literally taken from Earth as a child.
And that's
so
a big arc of his, yeah.
Yeah, like, all he has is just, like, his little fucking trinkets from the 80s,
And I know nowadays people like to shit on James Gunn for what he did with, like, Henry Cavill and Superman and how he's, like, on Twitter a little too much. Like, literally,
Sure.
buddy, get off Twitter. But I gotta say, man, no one could make these kind of movies like he does.
Yeah.
Also,
I mean, he did great with the Suicide Squad, too.
I love it. Like, I honestly think that's so underrated. That's such an underrated movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it when I watched it. Fun fact,
Also-
you guys, we actually shot a reaction to that movie, but it just didn't work out.
And we never released it.
Like years ago, probably like 3 or 4 years ago we shot that.
I think we just weren't proud of, like, our chemistry wasn't there that day.
Yeah, it just wasn't the best shoot.
Okay, talk about a guy that has probably only a few lines but kills it. The Who is still, I quote that to this day.
Yeah, I remember that from the trailer too.
This is like the most Big Trouble in Little China homage ever. This scene.
Yeah.
Because like when we watched it, we were like, oh, it's literally Chris Pratt in Guardians.
Sure, yeah.
Remember when he kept having to say, he's like, yeah, I'm Jack Burton.
Yeah, when he's like trying to be cool Star-Lord.
Yeah, to my friends to this day, I still say, who? Like, now I know him also from Gladiator, having seen that recently.
Oh yeah, I know. He's so fucking good in Gladiator. He gets the ending.
He was supposed to be back in the second one, but I think for scheduling differences, he couldn't do it. That sucks for me because I really wanted him in the second one.
Yeah, that would have been so cool to see him again.
Oh, I love that's right. I love his helmet. The action in this movie is so cool too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Star-Lord's still a badass. You know, he's goofy, but he is a badass.
And he feels like resourceful, which is what I always like in a hero, you know?
Yeah, he's very quick and clever.
Yeah, it just felt like, I feel like when this movie came out, just like that shot with the slow-mo, it just felt like suddenly this movie feels alive in a way that a lot of superhero movies didn't feel at that time, you know?
Yeah,
Maybe,
well, and it was so fresh too because it just felt like its own kind of Star Wars Hitchhiker's Guide type movie.
The only movie that made me feel like, oh shit, this shit's alive is Iron Man, where it felt like when the first Iron Man came out, nothing felt more new and fresh than that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, that movie was such a breath of fresh air when it came out.
I haven't seen Hitchhiker's Guide. Should we do a reaction to that?
I don't know. We can look into it, but I know the movie's not the most well received. It's mostly the book where it's at.
Okay. I need to read the book at least.
Yeah, I have the book, funny enough. It's really fucking funny. I read the first, 100 pages or so, and I actually should finish it. But
it's a thing that's been quoted to me a lot, the Hitchhiker's Guide and everything, but I don't know anything about it, you know?
Imagine if Monty Python was sci-fi.
I mean,
it has that same kind of, absurdist, weird, I don't know how to call it, but it has a distinct sense of humor.
Just like he had a girl just sitting there. So here's the thing about Chris Pratt also in this movie is that I feel like, not me because this was again my first Chris Pratt experience, but a lot of people who had seen Parks and Rec as him and Andy's chubby and kind of a dork.
Yeah.
And he's a dork in this movie, but it was crazy to see him have a six-pack and be a womanizer in this one.
Oh yeah, I know, that was a big thing. I remember those photos came out when he got super ripped.
Oh, especially the shot that we see of him getting washed down in prison.
Yeah, of course.
All right, we're about to see Michael Rooker.
Oh yeah.
God, man, he's such a great part of these movies. It's so cool that James Gunn brings him along for all of his movies.
He may have been your father, but he sure as hell ain't your daddy.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Whenever he shows up in the third one, how exciting it was.
Oh yeah, I know, he's amazing.
But again, it's so cool that James Gunn, that's clearly he's friends with him. He brought him in for Suicide Squad. He's been in, I think, James Gunn's other movies as well. It's cool that they have that relationship, and he uses Michael Rooker in a way that's perfect for him.
Yeah, I wonder how much Walking Dead kind of catapulted his style of performance.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah.
Because
I know when I went into watching this, I knew him only from Walking Dead.
Same here, yeah.
But I feel Hollywood still doesn't recognize Michael Rooker in this way. And he's so brilliant in these movies. The fact that you're able to have this full 180 on his character and he sells it so hard is unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, I know. Damn, these visuals are good, too.
Oh, I mean,
that's
this
such
movie
a
looks beautiful.
pretty looking ship.
And right now we're about to get our favorite villain.
Our favorite villain. I forgot his name already,
What's
to be
his
honest.
name? Kronos? What's his name?
Ronin or something, right?
Yeah, it's Ronin, I think.
Ronin
I do
the
love the
Conqueror.
way he's bathed in this scene. I do like this sequence.
My Dune.
Just go deep into the mic. Dude, I swear to God, nothing's made me laugh harder than when you said that in our last Action Hero reaction.
I know. Even while you were editing, you texted me like, "Dude, that moment's so funny."
There's some jokes that are just for me, and I felt like you made that joke for me.
Yeah, of course it was. You know.
Yeah, we just try to make each other laugh, you know? Well, you know what I respect about James Gunn, though? I will say he's openly admitted in interviews that he was like, we were focused on a lot of things about with Guardians, and the villain is one thing that I didn't pay as much attention to as I should have.
Yeah, and they significantly improve it in both sequels too, though.
Yeah, I do think, and I know it's the Kurt Russell bias. The second one has the best villain in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's the most like personal to. I mean, obviously the third one's villain is super personal to Rocket, but in terms of Peter's story, the second one's super personal.
Oh, especially when he reveals what he did to Peter's mom. It's like horrifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like that James Gunn openly admits that, because it is something that's glaringly obvious. Like, it's whenever it cuts back to Ronan, I'm always like, okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can possibly defend how weak this villain is.
It just feels like suddenly you're watching like a cliche sci-fi movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where it's not like cringe-inducing. It's not like awful. It's just boring.
Oh, these sisters. Okay, so again, a relationship that's introduced in this movie that they flesh out so well throughout this trilogy.
Yeah, between Gamora and what's her name again? Karen Gillan's character.
I forget. Holy shit, I forget too. How do I forget? Karen. Let's see. She's Nebula.
Nebula, that's her name. Okay.
What they
But yeah,
do
their
with-
relationship, especially in the second one, is really fleshed out.
Oh my god, that big fight that they have as two sisters. But then even in like, they do a good job of exploring their relationship in Endgame as well. Remember?
Oh yeah.
When Nebula's like being like pulled apart by Thanos, and it's in the previous era where like they're both still enemies, and you see that relationship.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so Rocket and Raccoon. I love like, obviously Stan Lee.
Stan
But,
Lee.
I love how the Guardians meet each other. It's like one of my favorite meet cutes in a movie. Like how
When they're all fighting.
how they're all trying to immediately kill each other and grab something.
Yeah.
They're basically, it shows so much about their character that the way they meet is they're trying to rob each other.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very specific circumstances for them only.
Okay, I just want to say something about Groot before we move on. Groot is voiced by Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel, when they cast him for this movie, he did all the dubbing for all the different languages of when they put it out in different countries. Vin Diesel himself did all the dubbing for Groot.
Oh, that's sick. I mean, it makes sense, but that's a shitload of work because you have to say "I am Groot" in so many different ways.
But in the best bullshit Vin, where he's just asking James Gunn, he's like, okay, I want to speak with like a linguist so they can teach me the emotional weight of how to say it in this language.
What the hell is wrong with Vin Diesel, man?
He went in and asked James Gunn, can I be on stilts when I'm recording on mic because I need to feel tall? And they said no to him, but it's just like...
Yeah. Well, he's also a huge D&D nut too. So he like does like he's a guy that invests in his like fantasy characters.
That's the thing. He's such a dork, and I love him for it. You know?
And he's just weird too. He says the most wild shit.
I know Vin Diesel is also like he's going through his own allegations, so I understand that he is a problematic fellow, but there is something super funny about him being such a fucking dork.
Sure.
But yeah, and also something cool that he does do, I will say, is that he said in the Guardians 3 red carpet that he wears a special like Groot type suit to the premieres, and he has it signed by the entire cast at the end of it and auctions it off for like charity.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. That's a clever idea.
It's just so funny. But then also in interviews, he's just like, I don't know, Kevin Feige's been asking me to do a Groot movie. And Kevin Feige's like, no, we haven't. Like,
I know, that's the thing. He keeps saying shit like that.
No one believes in the law of attraction and manifesting something harder than Vin does.
I know.
Okay, I
this is
want to
the
watch
chase
this
scene we're talking about. Yeah.
I really love this sequence. It's shot really well, too.
I haven't seen it in a while.
This overhead shot.
I always loved Star-Lord's gun. It reminds me of Halo. I forgot what the name of the gun is, but there's a gun shaped like that on Halo, like a plasma pistol.
Oh, I know.
He has very cool. Like I always liked his dual wielding pistols.
This whole sequence feels so much like Charlie Chaplin, Buster Keaton. It feels like so slapstick in a way too.
Yeah,
like,
very physical.
You could really watch this on mute, and it's all the comedy and all the interactions are just like there.
Yeah.
The geography of the whole location, it's just so impressive. I don't think like I ever felt this way in any other Marvel movie where it's like feels like the director had such a clear vision.
Yeah, the only exception I would say would be like the Captain America movies later on.
Sure, yeah, that's true.
Like Winter Soldier and Civil War were like fucking banging action movies too.
Well, and they felt like they had an aesthetic for sure. But before
yeah, they had a vision.
But before then, it definitely felt like, okay, this is kind of just like Kevin Feige hiring directors to do the job, and they have an idea for what could be a great story. But James Gunn has talked about he was the one who pitched Guardians to them, and he said, "I know how to make this movie so well. It felt like I was born to make this movie."
Yeah, well, and I know they got him to write the scenes on Infinity War too, like that have the Guardians, because only he can do it.
Besides, I guess the Russo brothers, no other really director had the amount of creative control over his hero movies the way James Gunn did.
Yeah, totally. I definitely, or maybe what's his name for the Spider-Man movie? So-and-so Watts.
But even that, you could tell was it was produced by a community. Like, I don't want to give...
I guess No Way Home might be the exception a little bit. Because that one did feel a little more stylistic outside of the other ones.
Sure, but it didn't feel like it was, this is a John Watts movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know who James Gunn was, but when I watched this movie, I immediately knew this was a director to watch out for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And then I kind of felt that when Sam Raimi did Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, I mean,
where it's like, this is a Sam Raimi movie.
Dude, I cannot tell you how awesome it was watching it with you. And we were watching that wedding scene opening, and it just whipped pans to Rachel McAdams, and you and I literally were like, ooh.
I know, because like, ooh, Sam Raimi's directing. I could feel it.
And it wasn't even... What was special about it? It wasn't even a big action sequence. It was just a whip pan, and we were like, yay.
I know. Both of us literally like externally giggled.
We're both Raimi dorks, so it worked. I can't wait to do the Spider-Man movies on a commentary one day.
Yeah, we will freak out the entire time. I also played the Guardians of the Galaxy video game.
Really?
That came out a couple years ago.
Oh yeah, you did. I remember I saw you playing it.
Yeah, I liked it. It wasn't perfect. It got pretty repetitive over time. But in terms of the writing, though, you can tell they had a lot of fun writing the banter between the Guardians.
Yeah. I remember you were telling me that. Is this fucking Glenn? No, that's not Glenn Close, is it?
Yeah, that's Glenn Close. Yeah, she's in this movie.
Holy shit, they got Glenn Close in it?
Yeah. I think she's in the sequels, too.
How the fuck did they get Glenn Close? I'm just so shocked.
Oh, yeah, I love this scene.
I mean, this was the first teaser that came out.
Yeah.
The
very nostalgic. This movie came out 10 fucking years ago.
I remember in Guardians 3, when the movie ended, before the credits started, they just showed a still of this shot of them all being like inducted into prison.
Yeah.
And them all together and Star-Lord flipping the camera off, and you and I both were like, "Aw!" Like,
I know.
It's like, remember, this is when we met them. I mean, when Guardians 3 ended, I literally felt like, "Oh man, I'm gonna miss these guys." You know?
Yeah.
And no other Marvel movie has really made me feel that way.
I know they did such a good job wrapping it up.
That this machine worked. It just has a mind of its own. Okay, this prison
these
sequence,
visuals still.
I was gonna say, just this prison sequence peaks for the movie. Kind of peaks for me here.
Okay, sure, fair enough. I mean, I'm just still kind of blown away by the visuals. Like, I know it's all just CGI, whatever, but it just looks so distinct and stylistic. Like, it has a flavor to it.
But dude, if there's a case for like how like an actual like filmmaker with a vision, and if you let him execute his vision, can utilize CGI and world building, this is it. Like, obviously James Gunn is shooting in a lot of blue screen and all this stuff, but you could still see that he built these sets, so it still feels like there's this like level of like grounded reality to it, you know?
Yeah, and it felt like love was put into it too. It doesn't just feel like they just fuck it, just do a bunch of space. There's like a color palette to it.
Yeah, again, if you let the filmmaker have a vision, they're going to be able to utilize even CGI to something of like utmost like vision. You know, I don't know.
Again, Russo
I'm kinda
brothers did that
rambling
really
here,
well
but-
too.
Yeah. That's fair. I just don't think Russo brothers have executed anything well after that, so it's just like it's hard for me to give them credit. James Gunn actually, when he did the Suicide Squad, it proved to me like, oh, this guy's actually a good director even outside of the Marvel machine, you know?
But I'm only giving credit to the Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Like, I'm not going to let their works after the Marvel movies like ruin the Marvel movies, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, man. Maybe if you watched Gray Man, it would have spoiled it for you as well.
And maybe so. But I'm just saying, like, Infinity War is still an excellent fucking movie. Like, that's a great movie.
Sure, that's true.
And it was made with good love, and I'm not going to just say the Russo brothers didn't do anything for it, you know?
And like you said, Infinity War looks great too. Like, it looks really beautiful. Like, there's so many shots in that movie that I really love.
Yeah.
Okay, so I love this. This is kind of okay. This could be played for jokes. Him really wanting his mixtape back, right?
But it's significant because his mom gave it to him.
You could see that there's like he's almost in tears. Like he's like, I fucking need that, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, this is the shot where you're just like, damn, Chris Pratt got yoked.
Yeah, right there, that shot.
I feel like this is also the moment where everyone realized, oh man, if you just get in a Marvel movie, you could just anyone could get ripped.
Oh yeah, it happened to Paul Rudd shortly after too.
Everyone was shocked about. Oh, I love this shot, by the way, seeing Rocket's whole like machinery in the back.
Yeah.
It's just this tiny moment of like, oh, there's something more here. And I love how it's not harped upon, but there is this feeling of like, oh, he was experimented on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they touched on it when they were introducing all of them when in the lineup of the person that he has cybernetic, experiments done on him, but you can see it and he's like scarred. Like clearly he's a victim.
And everyone carries some sort of weight.
Yeah, exactly. They all have their baggage.
I can't tell you how much I just love this entire prison sequence. It works so well for me.
I know. I still haven't gone on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland. I really fucking want to, though.
It really sucks that they took away Tower of Terror, though. I like,
yes,
it's cool that they added Guardians, but I'm like, why do they have to take away Tower of Terror?
Yeah, I think they just got to keep their rides fresh. I miss Tower of Terror, too. I love that ride. I've gone on it many times.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
did they have Tower of Terror where you grew up, like in the East Coast?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, cool. Because I know it's because like Tower of Terror was at California Adventure, and that was like I thought that area was specific to California.
No, that was in Orlando as well. And it was just such a bummer that like maybe most people don't care. Maybe they're excited that Guardians ride is there. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of both. I think it's like. I think most people have gone, oh, yeah, that part's fucking gnarly. God, that's terrible.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
What?
We haven't even been introduced to Drax yet.
Oh, I know. We will be momentarily.
What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, like, I think most people have already gone on Tower of Terror so many times where it's like, okay, well, I'm ready to let it go and do something fresh, you know?
I guess sometimes I think about for people like my sister. Like, I wish I could have taken her on something like that. You know what I mean?
Sure. Totally makes sense. But I do hear the Guardians ride's very good, though, so I kind of want to try it still.
Oh, yeah, she works with, like, Thanos, so everyone hates her. I forget about that. Or she works with Ronan. Right now, we don't really know Thanos.
Yeah, she's just with the bad guys.
I forget, we see a little bit of Thanos in this movie. It's the first time Josh Brolin played him, too.
Yeah, and you can tell they did not know what to do with him at this point.
Well, Kevin Feige said that, like, this is Drax. Look at that shot, dude. The spotlight, like, shining on him as he's looking at the person that killed his family. You know?
Again, that makeup looks fucking great, too. It's like, there's such a vision for it, like we've been saying. There's such, like, an aesthetic in both the practical and the VFX.
Oh, look at that shot of Groot and his branches sticking on that wall. Just that tiny moment wasn't necessary, but it looked so good. Also, I gotta say, Dave Bautista, a huge surprise, and what a great, like, talent.
Oh, yeah. I know. Now it kickstarted his career, and now he's in Knock at the Cabin and Army of the Dead.
And also, he was in Blade Runner 2049?
My Spy.
I know. But, like, he was in Blade Runner 2049. I mean, like, I feel like of all the wrestler turn actors he's
Yeah.
probably been the best one.
Yeah, I mean, besides The Rock, obviously.
No, I mean in terms of
John
like
Cena.
talent. No, I'm talking about in terms of actual raw talent, like in terms of as an actor. I think he's
Yeah, he's great.
I'm not talking about movie star persona. Obviously, The Rock's bigger, but I'm talking about like Dave Bautista's like if you see him in Knock at the Cabin, he's giving such a great performance.
Yeah, he has like a distinct performance style too. That's what's really cool about him.
And
Like
what's really
you can do an impression of him and you would know who it is.
Well, I think what I like about him is that he knows that okay, I'm a big guy, but if I play timid and if I play meek, it's gonna sell so hard because it's gonna be so disorienting. That's what he does in Knock at the Cabin. In this
Do you
movie,
like him more
obviously-
than John Cena as an actor?
Okay, so John Cena, I love as a comedic actor.
Sure.
I think
like
John Cena's
Peacemaker?
actually like one of the funniest like comedic actors we have right now, and that might be a hot take, but he's so fucking funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in Blockers, I don't know if you've seen. I saw that movie recently. He's so funny in Blockers; it's unbelievable.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
And he's really funny in Trainwreck. That's obviously that started it. But John Cena and Dave Bautista might be my favorites. The Rock, I've completely given up on it of him ever making a good movie. But like,
I know, right? I think we all did.
but yeah. Also, Dave Bautista. I love this scene. It establishes how Drax is the most literal character you've ever met.
Well, and here, yeah, like Drax is like less funny in this one, and I kind of miss this version of Drax.
He is funny, but he doesn't know he's funny.
Well, yeah, in the sequels, he's outwardly like, ah ha ha ha, she said this. You know, he's much more expressive in the sequels.
I gotta say, I've fully come around to that, though. I used to be of the same opinion.
I love it too. I'm just saying, like, there's something I'm like, oh yeah, he used to be this way. That's kind of fun.
Why would I put a finger on his throat? Oh, this is great. But also, you know what's something interesting though? Because I do agree with you. Like this version of Drax is there is something to miss about this, but he did have an arc. Like he in this one he's filled with rage, right?
Oh, he has the most beautiful arc I've like seen in MCU. Like he has such a wonderful arc in the sequels.
So it kind of makes sense why he would loosen up, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It does feel earned. Like it's a nice progression.
And also, I think James Gunn just figured out something about Drax that it's really funny to see him laugh. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to skip ahead, but him and Mantis saying goodbye to each other makes me cry, man.
Oh yeah, of course, of course. We'll get to that. Make no mistake. I'm excited to.
Okay, let's pay attention to the movie a bit more because I feel like we're missing out, and I just really want to watch this escape scene. I like how Rocket feels like he's a part of like a 70s movie.
Oh yeah, yeah. He has like this kind of 70s cop movie vibe.
Like he has like this hard edge to him.
Yeah, it feels like Starsky and Hutch or something.
Exactly. You mentioned that movie a lot. Have you seen that movie?
I've seen like little like segments here and there,
Okay.
but it has a very distinct tone, and I've seen a lot of parodies of it. It has a kind of sassy cop, like and like that kind of vibe, you know.
I need to check that movie. Check the movie out. Oh, here's Thanos.
Starsky and Hutch was a show, by the way, and then they made it into a movie later.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Oh, here we go. Here's Thanos.
I do think the only part that works when they cut back to Ronan is Nebula, funny enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, Nebula's immediately interesting because of that, like, sister relationship, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And the fact that she's a robot that she's built, that she'll never be fully loved as Gamora is loved.
Oh, look at Thanos. How little we knew at the time, you know? What he would become.
So I remember Kevin Feige telling a story of asking Josh Brolin to do this movie, right?
Yeah.
And he said that like when he was asking him to do Guardians, it was a promise that, listen, you're only going to be in this one scene. You're not going to really understand what you're saying, but I promise you, you will have a bigger role.
Yeah.
Like, and he had to basically be like, I promise you there's more to come here. But like right now it's just this one scene.
Yeah, yeah. And sure enough, there definitely was more to him later.
And it felt
Became
like
one of the
Infinity
best
War,
villains in cinema.
And in Infinity War, it was kind of just like a thank you to Josh Brolin. It was just like, okay, we got Josh Brolin. Let's give him the role of a lifetime.
Yeah, I know. He's so good.
I mean,
so
it's
good.
unbelievable how good Thanos is. It's insane.
Yeah, I do. I've said this before. I do genuinely believe like Infinity War, like 20, 30 years from now, will be remembered as like a masterpiece next to Lord of the Rings and shit like that.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I very much do.
I mean, I can't really fight you on that. I kind of agree.
Yeah, I think like every line that comes out of Thanos is like, everyone fucking quotes it. You know what I mean? The way they quote Vader and you know what I mean?
This is so brilliant. They're like going through the entire plan and just Groot just goes for it. It's such an amazing like subversion of like the prison escape heist genre of just like, okay, this is the plan, this is what we're gonna do, and then Groot just starts it immediately.
Yeah, you can just see it nicely in the background just happening while they're talking.
This frame too, I don't see shots like this in Marvel movies where it's just the patience of keeping on a wide, you know?
With good comedic timing still too.
Sometimes I wonder what would happen if James Gunn had like a Mel Brooks type career.
Sure, yeah.
Where he just made comedies, but I don't know.
I just love how they cut it too, how he says like, once the battery's moved, it's going to go to emergency mode, so we're going to have to know what to do. And then he just pulls it out immediately as he says
Well,
it.
that's what I'm saying. It's such a subversion of the genre to start it immediately.
Well, and it sets up their dynamic that like they work best when they're just winging it. Like they're not like a plan group. They just sort of do things, you know?
Are we gonna... Is this a shot? Rocket on his shoulder?
I think, well, it's coming up. Yeah, it's definitely coming up.
I forget it was so early in the movie. Yeah, that's true. I remember this is what people used to talk about all the time. It used to be like, man, this movie's crazy. A raccoon's on top of a tree and they're fighting with machine guns, you know?
I know. And we never thought in the sequels they'd make us cry.
I think this one makes you cry. That ending, the ending of this movie still tears me up.
Oh, I'm talking about those characters in particular.
Oh, sure.
This one is more Peter Quill's story for sure. Which, don't get me wrong, it's amazing. We'll get.
You're
I
saying
fucking
like
love the ending of this
Rocket
movie.
makes you cry in the sequels. Yeah, I get.
Yeah,
you.
his story makes you cry, and he's a talking raccoon. It's pretty amazing they achieved that.
Okay, right. Oh, I forget that Drax is not part of their team. He just like joins in.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, I want to leave prison too.
Well, and he wants to kill Thanos.
Oh my god. This is why you get Dave Bautista. He knows how to sell a fight because he was a wrestler, you know?
Creepy little beast.
Right here. Just don't want to miss this line. Bradley Cooper, man, Maestro himself.
Maestro himself, shut the fuck up. Because he needed his prosthetic leg.
One of the best jokes in this whole trilogy is the prosthetic leg joke.
Well, even just prosthetic body parts. Like, they steal an eye in the sequel.
Well, yeah, then they call back to it a lot. But it's just like when it happens for the first time, I laugh so fucking hard in the theater.
Yeah, well, and in Infinity War, too, how he wants Winter Soldier's arm.
And he's like, I'm going to get that arm.
Yeah, like, that's just an ongoing thing where they just take prosthetic body parts.
I just like that. The joke of sending Peter on this leg and it not like being necessary at all is so fucking funny.
Oh, is it not necessary? I thought he does use it later.
No, he said no. How hard did he laugh?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No, not hard. Like it was like, what was his face like when you asked him for it? Like it was like, that's the joke.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was just a prank. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, it's anti-gravity machine. Yeah, I forget. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, which again, I think like what makes it cool is that this isn't just a generic prison escape scene. It's like they use sci-fi to their advantage. They use their powers.
But also
like,
they're using and they're using Groot and his body to climb on top of the tower, you know?
Well, exactly. It's like only the Guardians could do a scene like this, you know?
And you know what's awesome? Through
What?
Through action, they show character, like the way Drax fights, the way Peter has to go get the leg, and he's like, he convinces a guy to give him his leg. You see how charming he is.
Yeah, and you see
know?
how they all work together, too.
Rocket's a gadget guy. The way he builds his doohickey together. Gamora can fight, you know?
Yeah, she's agile and can jump and climb and shit.
It's like my favorite thing. When you're able to build character through action, what's better than that?
Yeah.
I always keep my promises is such a Kurt Russell line.
Oh, yeah, right here.
Why are we wasting time here? Like, I had to give him money. Oh, what was he like hopping around?
Don't ever call me a thesaurus.
My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it. The way they talk to each other, it's just like, it's so nostalgic for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I saw
Like-
this movie in theaters. I remember I was so pumped for it.
I feel like I'm 19 watching this movie again.
Sure, yeah.
Was I 19 watching? Was I 20? I don't even remember. What year did this movie come out?
2014, so you're probably 17.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes me... God, that makes me sad. Because this movie came out the summer before I went into college. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I watched this movie like 3 times in theaters, man.
Oh, that's cool. I only saw it just the one time. I think I didn't rewatch it until like COVID when I was watching through all of them.
Really? Wow. No, this was such a big movie for me. So I watched it 3 times in theaters, and then I've like always watched it again and again at home. I bought the DVD for it. Like it was amazing.
You're a Guardians nut?
Yeah, again, it was just like, oh, I didn't know you could make a superhero movie like this, you know?
Yeah, I never read the comic either. I am interested in reading the comics at some point too, just to see like how much of it's James Gunn or how, you know what I mean, to like the parallels. Because even like the video game for Guardians is a little different. Like they make Peter Quill more of like a metalhead than they do for like, 70s pop.
Yeah, totally.
So that stuff's just interesting to me, just to see little differences, so I can
Like
kind of
how much
appreciate
like
the movie
you
adaptation
want to
more.
know like how much of like the movie did James Gunn put in for himself, or how much did he get from the comics?
Yeah, it just makes me appreciate it more. Just all of it, the existence of who they were originally, than what James Gunn gave to them. And it could make me appreciate the performances.
Oh, totally. The music is so good too. We haven't even shouted out the score, but it is just as iconic, I think,
Sure.
Dun, 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 dun. Like I remember it,
Yeah.
Aside from like the Avengers score, like a lot of the music in Marvel feels kind of muted sometimes,
Sure.
Like aside from the Avengers score, and I would say the Michael Giacchino Spider-Man score is pretty good, but a lot of the music feels like background, and obviously music is a huge part of Guardians, but aside from like the soundtrack, the score is really good too,
Yeah, I think, it's funny, going off of score, I remember that's the part to me that aged the poorest for the first Iron Man movie, because you can tell they didn't have like a proper score, and it plays like the most stock sounding rock music,
Oh, totally. Yes. Yeah,
and it's like endearing, I'm not like, mad about it or anything like that. It's more of like that's just early on MCU.
It's also early 2000s too. I mean, is 2008 early 2000s?
Debatable, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It came out in 2008 when it was, they were still figuring it out.
And it feels like a lot of these shots, too, just that shot of Star-Lord showing up and the doors opening, it feels like they're ripped straight out of a comic book.
Totally.
I
You
always
can tell
love...
James Gunn wanted to have fun, but also wanted to be cool when it had to be cool.
Ah, my neck. Oh, my God. Oh yeah, I love that he like goes back for the mixtape. It's like the most stupid thing you could do, but for him it's so important.
Yeah, and it's established in those first 5 minutes. I forgot the songs in this movie.
Oh, but I love it. It's so smart that they can't leave without Peter Quill because he has the orb, and he knew that.
Yeah, he's just using that as leverage so they don't.
Yeah, he's
ditch
like,
him.
they're gonna leave without me if I'm just getting a mixtape, so I'm gonna take something they need. Again, the Guardians are like all trying to rob each other in the beginning.
Yeah. Well, they're all scoundrels.
Also, something that touches me about this movie that it gets like that whole speech of just like it's our chance to do something good, and like let's try to save the galaxy, you know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like that's a large part of this movie is like we've been jackasses our whole lives. Let's do something good for once.
Yeah, because they're all being jackasses from they're just a product of their environments, you know? Peter was raised by a bunch of space pirates. Gamora was raised by a warlord, you know?
But
And,
the
Drax
idea that
had
this the idea that this movie's like we have a choice. We can do something good when we don't get anything in return. Let's do that, you know?
Yeah, and they have each other in the process. You know, they're like loving and being loved back. You know,
And then it's
Something
about
they probably
sharing
none of them
pa-
ever had.
And it's about the fact that you can share grief with others and go fight it through with others, you know?
Yeah.
Also, this is such a cool ship as well. Such an iconic ship.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When it shows up in Infinity War, how exciting is it? Like,
I forgot they established he hadn't opened that gift yet.
oh yeah, he opens it at the end and it's a Zune, remember?
Yeah.
Or wait, no, the Zune's
No,
not
the Zune's
here.
in the third movie. I was gonna say the opening took place in the '80s, so the Zune wasn't around yet.
The end of this movie is when he opens the gift and it's volume 2. That's what it is.
That's
It's
what
like,
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Because Kurt Russell destroys the tape. I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an Infinity Stone.
I know, right? During the Infinity Arc, when all of those little pieces were being chased. Which stone is it for this one?
I forget. Have you seen James Gunn talk about how he wrote the stone stuff like as like a shoe-in? Like he wrote it in like one day?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
And it was just him trying to be like, okay, this will add stakes to the story. And he said, little did I know that would be the saga. Like they would make that this whole conclusion of all the stones.
I know. Well, that's what's crazy is like, because they built it up so well in the previous movies. Because obviously, like the Tesseract turned out to be a stone as well.
But also, I just want to point that out, just that like everyone always says like, look, Marvel had this grand plan, but they were kind of figuring it out. Like, you know.
I know. It just happened to play out really nicely.
Yeah. I remember this, Joanna Robinson, she wrote this book of how, like, Marvel changed Hollywood, and she interviews a lot of people in, like, that was part of the MCU, building it and all that stuff, and they talk a lot about how, like, yeah, everyone feels like they had this grand master plan of 10 years and they built out this whole thing, but it was all a lot of happy accidents.
Yeah.
That ended
makes
up
sense.
working out in their favor. So it's just an argument that a lot of people make when things are not working out right now. But I'm like, no, it's like, I think the reason that the Marvel stuff worked in this era is that, first of all, it was fresh. We weren't getting as many superhero movies, and they had room to introduce new ideas like the Guardians and everything, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what the Guardians essentially was. It was such a, like, it came at the perfect time because it was after the first Avengers when they were doing all the crossover world building stuff, and you know, after Iron Man 3 and all that, and like, I think doing a movie that just like, okay, let's give you a little break and give you something fun that you know will eventually connect, so you're interested in that way, but it's not forcing you to know what everything else that's going on.
Like, it's not a machine just yet. And I think
Totally.
the problem is, like, now it's become, like, you can see the machine work.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Now when you go into a Marvel movie, you can see that they're trying to set up all this stuff. And before, they did a brilliant job of kind of sneaking those things in.
Pretty sure the last Marvel movie I saw was Multiverse of Madness.
No, Guardians 3.
Oh, did that come after Multiverse? I think it
we
did,
saw.
huh?
Yeah, we saw that last year.
Okay, cool. Never mind. But
I haven't.
did not.
We did not see the Captain Marvel or the Marvels.
Yeah. What else? Has anything else come out in theaters after that one?
I don't think so. Guardians 3, I even thought to myself, this is going to be the last one for me for a while.
Yeah, I remember we talked about that when the movie was over too. We were like, all right, that was it.
And I was happy with it because Guardians 3 was so good. I was like, okay, this feels like a good place to end it for me.
Totally.
That being said, I will probably go see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I know, right?
As cynical
God,
as
see, those visuals are so pretty.
I know, it looks so good. Also, Disney Plus has done a pretty good job in like showing the IMAX scenes as IMAX, like changing the aspect ratio. Like as we're watching this right now, you can see we're going to nowhere and you can see the aspect ratios changed.
That's true. Yeah, I never caught that.
Yeah, it's nice that they do that for home media. I feel like, I give a lot of shit to Disney, but I feel like I like that they preserve that experience of what it was like watching it in a theater.
Sure, credit where credit's due, for sure.
Also, nowhere is such a cool idea. This entire city built inside of a dead skull of this big monster. You know? Like, that's such a cool fucking idea.
I know. It's such a cool, like, world building.
I know that's from the comics and everything, but they pulled it off so well.
Yeah.
Also, there's a small moment here with Groot and a little girl that I just love. I think about all the time.
Oh, yeah, with the little flower or whatever.
Also, this sequence is really good. How they're all getting fucked up and drunk and they fight each other. Like, I forget about this.
Yeah. Yeah, right there.
That's who Groot is, you know? He's a guy who provides.
Yeah, he's a big tree teddy bear.
I just like how he smiles and walks away, too. There's no interaction there. This, I gotta say, I love all the Groots. I love teenage Groot. I love young Groot. This Groot is still my favorite.
Yeah, mine too, for sure. Like, I understand they had to keep him fresh for the sequels, just to change it up by having Baby Groot and then Teenage Groot. And then I think what the third one was
Buff,
just
yoked
kind of like
Groot.
Yeah, like a yoked, like, college Groot, basically.
I mean, Teenage Groot is pretty funny, I will say. He's like the funniest one to me.
Yeah, I know. He's super moody.
Yeah, but the fact that he comes in and, like, builds, like, Thor's hammer is really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a great rom-com scene.
Yeah, this is a good scene. This is a very good scene.
You know what this movie has? Great scenes.
It's good scenes. It's a movie with good scenes. That's my take.
What do you think, Siskel?
Let me know in the comments below what you think of the scenes. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's all keep it respectful.
Dude, imagine if Ebert and Siskel had a podcast, it would just be insane. Do you ever watch old episodes of Siskel and Ebert?
Not full episodes. I've only seen like little segments and clips.
I like to go back and watch, like, on YouTube. You can find old episodes of Siskel and Ebert, and it's a lot of fun because there'll be some episodes that are like, today we're going to review Forrest Gump, Pulp Fiction, and this all in one episode. And I'm like, it's just funny hearing them talk about some classics like it just came out, you know?
Oh, yeah. They're just brand new movies.
And they just had, like, such a great raw dynamic, especially for that time before, like, movie podcasts existed. It felt like they were podcasting in a way.
Sure. Oh, yeah. That's they were just a talk show.
Yeah.
Oh, right here.
How many young people were introduced to Footloose through this movie, you think?
I don't know. That's a good question. I never saw Footloose still.
Same.
That's cruel. Why would they put sticks up their butts?
Like, again, having this small moment between two characters where they're just listening to music. Having the
I
patience
love that she yells.
I know, but just having the patience to do this kind of scene, you don't get it in these kind of movies, you know?
Yeah, and it feels like they put just as much creativity into it. Like, it doesn't feel like some force, like, oh, let's have him fall in love, fuck it. You know what I mean? They made
And
it specific to their characters. Like, the idea that he gives her headphones, you know, like, that's something that he bonds with people through. You know what I mean? Music.
And then visually, literally sparks are flying in the back.
Totally.
Pelvic sorcery. Yeah, of course Groot and Rocket get drunk. It's so shocking too when you watch it for the first time. Just if you want to put
Yeah.
yourself back in those shoes of just like, oh shit, man, this guy's like traumatized.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And
You think he's like,
I
oh,
think, like-
cool, really funny raccoon, but it's like, oh, this guy's like ruined.
Yeah, I think like I remember when I studied Stand By Me in class that we had to, this is relevant, but like every character had like their vulnerable moment at some point, even if it's small, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that those are just the things that kind of just bond the characters better, and I think like make the audience care about them more. That he's not just some funny raccoon and that's it.
I think
know?
sometimes a movie can make that ham-fisted though.
Oh, for
And
sure, for sure.
It's just like, oh, okay, this is the moment where they're having a drink and talk about their feelings. But I like that it happens through like a bar fight after we've gotten to know these characters, like escape a prison. And this is like we're an hour into the movie, and it feels like it earned this moment, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And it's kind of sprinkled throughout because we got to know obviously Peter's vulnerabilities like immediately in the opening. You know what I'm saying? Like
But
they all
it's-
have
and
their
it-
moments sprinkled throughout, not just like one dump of all of the exposition and then they move on.
And that's my problem when usually a lot of movies will be like, okay, now they're going to sit in their spaceship as they're going to the next planet and talk about their feelings, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And those kind of scenes drain the movie, whereas this is happening as there's like movement going on, you know?
Oh, it's our boy Benicio.
I always forget he's in this movie.
I know, me too. I get his character mixed up with him in Last Jedi. Like I expect him to do the little snake noise.
That's my favorite part about this movie. Everyone's just like, what the fuck is that thing?
I know. I bet they took inspiration from Chewbacca as well when it comes to like characterizing Groot.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I mean, Rocket and Groot very much feel like Chewie and Han. Like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
it feels what's fun about this movie is that it feels like a combination of so many influences. Like I've mentioned many times how Chris Pratt is literally like a Kurt Russell influence, you know?
Yeah.
And James Gunn's now openly talked about that like the reason Kurt Russell's been in Volume 2 is because he took a lot from Kurt Russell to write Chris Pratt, you know?
Yeah, yeah, totally makes sense.
And Rocket and Groot feel very much like Han and Chewie. The whole aesthetic feels like Star Wars mixed with Hitchhiker's Guide and all that stuff. That's
Yeah, a
what's
little
cool
bit of
about
Blade
it.
Runner in there too.
Exactly. It feels like a combination of so many influences.
Yeah, yeah. Which is what all good, like Star Wars has a cajillion influences too, from the Flash Gordon serials and all
Yeah.
those, Star Trek.
Exactly. Like it's what George Lucas grew up with and everything and what he's putting in, like Seven Samurai and all that stuff that people have mentioned,
Yeah.
But like that's my favorite part about watching a director tackle these kind of projects is see like what stuff he liked and what stuff he's putting into his movies,
Sure. While still using his own flavors, by like putting so much music into it. You can tell James Gunn obviously is a music head, and
Oh,
he
yeah,
puts
like-
that in as like a huge part of the characterization.
Yeah, and it's like he puts so much. I always love it when directors are able to put so much of themselves into the movie. because it feels like we're getting a glimpse into their mind. It's the same reason I love like Greta Gerwig's movies. If you watch Barbie, Lady Bird, and like Little Women, it just feels like, oh, this is like her mind I'm watching, you know?
Yeah, was it like Orson Welles that you showed me that clip where he said the worst thing in movies is the homage?
Which is funny. That's literally what we're talking about, how a lot of
I know. It just reminds me of that just because he was saying if you have like nothing else to go off of other than just watching good movies, you have no identity, basically.
I don't think James Gunn is doing that, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm about to get to. Is like he does put very much a lot of himself into it, you know?
Yeah.
The same way, like, I would even argue, like, this is a weird pull, but like Austin Powers, Mike Myers has openly said, like, this is kind of an homage to his father because his father showed him all those 60s spy movies as a kid.
Yeah, I guess, like, you can do homage, but you still have to have something to say.
Well, and yeah, exactly. It needs to be personal to you.
Because Austin Powers, I would argue, is way more of an homage than anything. But
Well,
like,
it's a parody, yeah, obviously. So it naturally will be. But he said like it drew from his father. Like that's really what it is. It's everything his father showed him. As like because his father passed away and he wanted to kind of make a love letter to him.
Also, I gotta say, it is kind of just like, I do love this sequence because it's not just a faulty explosion. It's just showing that these guys have been like carelessly tossing this ball around and they realize how powerful it is.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's what works so well about this moment is that like throughout the first hour, we've been just seeing them throw the ball around, drop it. Like they don't give a shit about it.
Yeah, they have no idea what it is.
They just like drop it in a satchel. Oh, the dog. And he shows up. I love how he shows up in Guardians 3.
Oh, yeah. It's the girl from Borat that voices her, right?
Yeah.
Borat 2, to be specific, you know?
And like
or
in
a Borat
classic
subsequent movie film.
Yeah. And in classic James Gunn fashion, he even makes the dog have an arc in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like I remember Red Letter Media talking about that. It's like James Gunn never lets any character off the hook. He makes sure every character has some sort of closure.
Yeah, they all get development in a moment.
That's the thing about Red Letter Media. They love these movies, and you would think they would be cranky about them, but they're not. They genuinely love Guardians movies.
Yeah, well, exactly, because I think, you know, for Red Letter Media especially, but like you can feel the difference, you know, between movies that have actual love put into them. And I think for Red Letter Media, they also value like earnest attempts, you know, the like effort. They like feeling the effort and love put into making a movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. Get back here. What was is it Yondu, right? That's his name?
Yeah, Michael Rooker, yeah.
Remember Yondu keeps telling him, is like, you're lucky I didn't let them eat you. And Chris Pratt's like, why are you saying that as if that's like I should thank you for that. You shouldn't eat people. Yeah. Oh, I forget Gamora's like not part of the team in this one. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just so used to Gamora being a part of the Guardians, you know?
Yeah, sure. I know. They're all they have their own agendas.
I gotta say,
Ronan.
I gotta say, the actor who plays Ronan is Lee Pace, and I do like him. I don't know if you've seen him in anything else, but he was in Bodies recently. He's like super fucking tall. You know how tall he is in real life?
How tall?
Let me give you him.
Because he looks tall in this movie for sure. 6'5". Damn.
Yes. I really liked him in Bodies, and you can tell he's like really good, but he's just kind of wasted in this movie.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, he performs well, all things considered. You know what I mean? I remember that was what everyone was saying about the Marvels. Is like everyone said like that was one of the worst villains in just MCU overall too.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, I'm not going to get into it, but I'm like, it's just interesting to hear. I'm like, wow, so he made someone worse than Ronan potentially.
Do you consider, like, aside from Marvels, the movies you have seen, do you consider Ronan the worst villain?
It's probably a cross between him and I actually forgot the name of the villain from Ant-Man and the Wasp. So probably Ant-Man and the Wasp has a worse villain.
Oh, the Ant-Man and the Wasp, the villain actually bores me to death. Like
Yeah.
I really don't like that movie. But
Sure.
especially the villain stuff is just insufferable to me.
Yeah, fair enough.
The first Ant-Man I have so much love for, and I understand the villain's not perfect in the first one, but in the first one, the villain is so broad, they don't try to give it any complexities, you know?
Yeah, and at least they have a cool fight scene on the train track.
The second one I don't like is because they try to make the villain like, oh, she was wronged and everything, but it's not executed well, so it becomes such a drag.
Yeah, it very much is a drag. I remember as well. I haven't seen Thor: The Dark World in a while.
Oh,
So I don't
haven't
remember
seen
who the villain
that
is.
movie's like wiped completely from my memory, so I don't know anything
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
So it might be that one.
Oh, something I love about these movies is that. Oh, something I love about not these movies, but just like Dave Bautista's like fight sequences in this movie is that they really very much utilize Dave Bautista's experience in like fake fighting and wrestling.
Oh yeah, he has combat experience basically.
So whenever they shoot his action sequences, you can tell like there's not that much cutting, you know?
Yeah, I always like. I mean, it's obvious, especially with this movie, but like when characters have different, distinct fighting styles that
Oh,
work
this
well
movie's
together.
amazing about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember even this is a weird example, but like when the Netflix Marvel movies are not movies, but the shows are coming out, like the Punisher, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and Jessica Jones.
Yeah.
I always liked how all of them fought differently. Like Luke Cage was like a big fucking tank that just threw people.
Yeah.
Then Daredevil was like a cool ninja.
No, totally. Yeah. That's an important thing to do, especially if you're doing team up movies like this one.
Yeah, exactly.
The first Avengers movie did a really good job in being like distinctive with all the characters and how they fight too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, this is a cool moment.
I forget what happens here. Oh, it's because he saves Gamora. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
right?
he flies out. Oh no, they got the MacGuffin.
Who's your favorite Guardian?
I mean, it's basic, but probably Quill.
Dude, I'm so glad you said that because it's Quill for me as well.
Probably between Quill and Gamora. Those are my two, but probably Quill.
Quill and Rocket for me. It's between that.
Sure.
It's just the magic of it is that by the end of it all, you kind of love all of them. Like I know Mantis can sometimes people shit on Mantis for being a punching bag, but by the third one, I love Mantis as well.
Oh yeah, I love Mantis too. I think she's great.
And I think the third one is like nice just because her relationship with the Drax is super fleshed out in that one, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it pays off so nicely.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can't even talk about it. Like it's.
I know, right?
I remember your girlfriend cried during that scene too. She was just.
Oh
like,
yeah. That whole theater was crying. I remember.
Oh my god.
It was awesome.
That movie is starting to. I don't know if you've heard, but there's so much criticism of that movie for doing like a pointless animal torture. And here's the thing: I understand for some people, that's a very sensitive thing, and they can't handle that stuff. I totally sympathize with that. But to say it's pointless, I disagree with.
Oh yeah, I mean, literally, did you watch the movies at all? Like, are you aware of what Rocket Raccoon, like, what his existence is?
And I
Do you not think he deserves closure?
I totally sympathize for some people who can't stomach that kind of thing. Like, I get it, right? I don't have that, but I understand that. But to say that it's pointless is, I think, kind of just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you can handle it, I respect that, but don't act like this movie shouldn't exist because of that.
Also, this is a huge moment, right? Like Quill it's like the first time he's kind of selfless.
Yeah.
Like ever since he was a kid when since his mom died, he's probably never been selfless his entire life, you know?
Well, yeah, and he was raised by a group of fucking space pirates that never taught him any meaningful values.
I like how this movie really fleshes out the Ravagers as well.
Yeah.
Like by the second and third one, you really learn so much about their community. And like obviously the funeral that they give Yondu is just fucking beautiful in the second one.
Yeah.
But like they really like James Gunn cared about that as well. They aren't just like these weird space pirates. Like he cared about them.
Oh yeah, James Gunn had fun with every aspect of creating the characters. And that's James Gunn in general, like especially with the Suicide Squad, like all of even like the super goofy sounding superheroes, you can tell he had fun with. I mean, obviously Polka Dot Man's the big one.
I mean, dude, Polka Dot Man is honestly one of my favorite characters ever. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, the fact that he just sees his mom in everyone. Yeah. She's everywhere.
I know. And honestly, I'm fucking excited for what he's gonna do with Superman.
I don't care what anyone says. I am so pumped for that movie.
Yeah. I'm also one of the like not few. I'm not going to say few, but I am a champion of the red underwear on Superman. I don't care.
Yeah, like okay, honestly, let's have some fun. You know what I mean? Let's have some fun.
Yeah, and it also just looks good. Like genuinely, I think that it adds so much color variety to the suit. Like I don't care. I don't care if people it's red underwear looks goofy. It's like it's Superman.
We recently watched Twisters and we saw the actor who's going to play Superman in that movie. And he's really good, even though he's playing a very non-Superman type role. But every time he did something, Chris and I would just whisper to each other. He was just like, that's not a very Clark Kent thing to do, man. Like,
yeah. I know. But you could tell he had a presence.
Oh, dude, immediately. Like he's good on screen, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm so excited. And the whole cast for that movie is so exciting. Like Rachel Brosnahan, who, if you've seen Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you know she's very much perfect for Lois Lane. It's such great casting. And I have experience from House of Cards and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That actress has so much fucking range. Like, it's insane. She's so different from her character in House of Cards and then Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Yeah, just so excited.
Yeah, that's really cool because I love Amy Adams, but like she was not the right choice for Lois. It's probably her writing too as well.
Honestly, man, I think she could have done well. I think it's the writing, you know?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, what I was gonna say something else, but yeah. Oh yeah. This is what I was gonna say, guys. If you're listening to this and you haven't seen James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie, go, check it out. Like, it's so much fun, and it's everything you love about Guardians, but done in like James Gunn having like the full rated R like feeling to it. It's very like balls to the wall, and it's villain as you've seen in the trailers, that big fucking starfish, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything, but James Gunn does a very James Gunn thing with that starfish.
Yep, he does.
So yeah, go check it out. I try to recommend it to everyone who hasn't seen it because I felt like it got very much underseen.
Oh, I mean, yeah, literally, that movie just got destroyed at the box office.
Mostly because it was 2021, so a lot of people still weren't completely comfortable going to the theaters. But
yeah,
on top of that, people just didn't
know what to.
What you were gonna say? Sorry. Go.
I was going to add to it and just say, like, yeah, the people just didn't know where it fit in the canon of the DC extended universe, and no one really liked DC at that point too, after how bad the first Suicide Squad was.
I remember my friend, I was like, oh, you should go see this. I was like, I don't watch DC movies, and I'm like, no, trust me, this is good. Like, I promise you.
I know, yeah. Oh no,
not Ronan's going ultimate power mode.
He's purple guy.
Ronan's going sicko mode on us.
Jesus, how old is sicko mode?
I don't know, but I'm gonna keep using it.
We're gonna hold on to that one.
If it annoys you, I'll keep using it.
That's fair.
Someone in our comments section, because I mentioned Pain and Gain when we were reacting to Beverly Hills Cop, and someone in our comments section asked, like, why did Chris get annoyed by the Pain and Gain reference? And I said, it's nothing deep. I said it because I knew it would annoy him.
Yeah.
And then someone responded, ha ha ha, it's always amazing to like mess with a friend when you know something annoys them.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I do that shit to you all the time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Hey, it's why we're friends, you know?
Yeah.
Who else can give each other shit?
Oh yeah, right here.
It's like a granted thing. We don't have to say that as like this big plus sign.
I know. Like we're friends now.
I forget, like, we don't know what that arrow thing does yet. It's been threatened throughout this movie, but we don't figure it out until the third act.
Yeah, that's true. And I know, and that's like the coolest part.
Remember that reveal in theaters? How awesome it felt seeing it.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing it.
And how he whistles too. It's so cool looking.
Oh, then James Gunn's brother's all obviously in the second one. But shout out to James Gunn's brother, Sean Gunn, who's the one that on set is the body double for Rocket.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So all these actors, when they're acting against Rocket, they're acting against Sean Gunn.
Yeah, that's set. Crazy.
And Bradley Cooper always says that. He said that it's like, I always feel it's unfair because I always improv when I'm voicing Rocket, but I feel like they can't respond. So it's always this unfair balance of improv.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like Robin Williams did shit like that too.
With Aladdin, probably.
Yeah.
100%. Dude, Michael Rooker's so good in this movie, man.
You always did have a scrote.
That's why I kept you as a youngin'. Oh, but then when it's so heartbreaking when you realize why Michael Rooker never took Quill to his dad.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know.
You think he stole him, but you realize what happened.
That he actually saved him.
It's so heartbreaking, man.
It's like the Snape arc or something, you know?
It really is. No, dude, that's such a... Oh my God, you're so good at that kind of shit. Of breaking down a certain feeling I have about a movie into like 2 words. You do that all the time.
I know, and it's funny because like it's difficult for podcasting sometimes because I make it so short and concise, and then I realize like, oh, I can't make this last an hour.
Yeah, with podcasting it's difficult because you got to like have a take and like kind of extend it.
Yeah, but I'm like, oh no, it was good because it was like this meets this. Cool.
But we need that energy too. We need someone that's like I've obviously a tendency to ramble a lot, so it's nice to have you that can kind of shorten it up and be concise with it.
That's probably where we meet in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why this works, man. That's why we've been doing this for like 5 years.
I know, right? Damn, it's been 5 years.
I know, man. Don't think about it too hard.
I know, right? You're gonna start crying.
It's not that unique thing to say.
You're just copying me.
I gotta say, man, it's been like 10 years since this movie came out. Props to the CGI because Rocket still looks fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it holds up so well.
That's another thing about this movie is that back in this era, they gave movies time. Like, I feel like Marvel just churns these shit out so quickly that the VFX department doesn't have time to do it anymore.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell like during this time they gave James Gunn and his team time to like, and the VFX team time to like develop and create these characters.
Yeah, yeah, and they felt inspired too. Like they wanted new things.
Yeah,
and
like
they wanted.
I think television kind of broke it a little bit because they just didn't have ILM didn't have the time that they were able to put into these movies and love, like you say, you know?
Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate.
By the way, I'm sorry I keep cutting you off, man. That's an accident. My bad.
No, you're good. We're also we didn't clarify, but we're doing this virtually too, so it's kind of we don't have the same like I can't see you when you're about to speak. There's a different energy brought to it. I just abruptly hear your voice, so it can be difficult to tell when I'm talking over you if you're talking over me.
Yeah, we've been doing this remotely for the past couple of ones. We got to get back to doing this in person every now and then too, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Mostly it's just a matter of like just scheduling that, you know, what I have time for and what you have time for.
Yeah, I love this speech so much.
Yeah.
I don't have anything smart to say about it. I just love it. It's like it's our chance to give a shit. I think about it all the time, like with this movie, you know?
Nice and simple, you know?
And I love the acknowledgement that, like, okay, cool, we're probably going to die, but I guess you're kind of right. We should do something.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, you're part of something bigger than yourself. You know, like when Han Solo comes into the trench run in the Millennium Falcon,
yeah,
and shoots Vader's ship, you know?
Completely. I mean, everyone's out for themselves. Like, Drax's out to get revenge. Gamora's just out to escape and get some money. Same with Quill. And Rocket as well. And they're all out for a personal agenda, but they all just realize it's like, let's do something outside of ourselves for like once.
Yeah, yeah. And they find family through it.
Also, isn't it great that Vin Diesel's been a part of 2 franchises that are all about family?
I know, right?
He's just like, that's been my thesis my entire career, you know?
I'll always remember that meme that I found where it was the picture of Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker kissing, and then cuts to just Vin Diesel smiling and says, family.
And he's in his car. Like, Vin Diesel's in his, like, fucking Charger.
Like, he's just nodding at it like, oh yeah, that's it. It's so fucked up.
I love this moment, by the way, just really quickly. Dun, 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 dun. What's your favorite music cue in this movie?
Ain't no mountain high enough at the end of this one.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. I was thinking about it and I kind of forgot it was there. And when you reminded me, immediately I'm getting choked up. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to bring it up because I wanted to just kind of get there, but
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, I had to answer your question honestly, you know.
So good. So good. I'll let you like go on that just because like that's so good, man.
I do love Creep as opening the third movie too.
Yeah, when Rocket plays it, yeah, and they're all like fucked up, you know.
Yeah, and honestly, Mr. Blue Sky opening the second one's great. Like all 3 of them have iconic openings.
Mr. Blue Sky makes me smile, like when I think about it.
Oh yeah, following Baby Groot. We'll get to it when you watch the second one, but yeah,
I can't wait for the second one, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this shot of Groot is so good, too. It's just so funny that John C. Reilly's in this movie.
Yeah.
Who do you like more, Neytiri or Gamora?
Dude, shut the fuck up. Are you actually asking me that?
Genuinely.
Okay. Just for listeners, sometimes he does shit like this just to troll me.
Yeah, well, sometimes I'll bring up like Avatar lore, like very sincerely to Chris, and it's really...
yeah. Let's go to Pandora.
Or no. I try to get deeper with it. I'm like, dude, remember when the Tikkun got defeated by the rival tribe, or the rival humans, and they destroyed the entire clan of the Paya Khan?
Anyway, though, no, Gamora. This is a great moment too. They always look cool walking in slow motion together.
I like him adjusting his crotch.
Yeah. And Gamora's yawning.
Oh, I love Yondu's little toys. I forgot about them. Oh, that's so sweet. I just totally forgot about that.
Again, it's just so much love is put into all of the characters.
You know what
like,
that
even John
reminded
C.
me
Reilly.
of?
Remember John C. Reilly gets a little moment later too?
Oh, I don't remember his moment.
He gets like a moment with his family.
Yeah, like, speaking on that, though, the fact that Yondu has those toys in his ship, they don't need to do that. We already love Yondu, we know him, but the fact that James Gunn added a bit more personality.
Yeah, just exactly.
And I think it's because he works with people he loves. Like, James Gunn and Michael Rooker were very close friends, so he was like, okay, I'm going to give him an amazing character because I love this guy, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like he does that throughout his entire like career. He works with people he genuinely loves.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Tarantino's the same way, you know, like when Tarantino has someone in his movie, he really likes working with those people, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's like, yeah, it's the industry phrase, you know, people like to work with people they like. And
But
I
like,
think,
I feel like the creative minds like these are people who also are like, I like working with them, but so I'm also going to give them an amazing character. I'm going to give them a moment no matter how small the part is, you know?
yeah, and again, it fits their performance style too. Like, I'm giving you a role that's right for you.
And I genuinely feel like if James Gunn, like maybe, I understand there was a lot of moving parts in this movie, but if he had maybe more time, he could have made Ronan cool, you know?
Sure, yeah.
But I think it was just like, there was a lot of things at play with this movie that they couldn't.
Yeah, this is a hero movie. It's not a villain movie. They put the heroes in the front seat, and that's when you're most interested.
This was the time where Marvel was very much focused on building up its heroes rather than its villains.
Exactly, yeah. There's like this, during this stage especially, the villains were very weak.
Loki was the only outlier.
Yeah. It was probably after Age of Ultron when the villain started picking up a little bit.
That's true. I mean, I really love the villain in Civil War. Like Baron Zemo.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think that villain's super effective only because, like, just those simple scenes where he's listening to the voicemail and you don't realize he's constantly listening to the same voicemail and it's of his dead family. And that scene where he's like torturing that guy to get the machine is so haunting. It's like I've never seen that in a Marvel movie, you know?
Yeah, and he's the catalyst of like all of what Civil War was, essentially.
Remember that scene with him and Black Panther at the end when they're sitting in the snow talking about like why he did all this?
Yeah.
So effective.
Yeah, good shit, you know. And obviously, you know, Black Panther's villain is iconic as well.
Killmonger.
Yeah. And then who was the villain of the third one? It wasn't Jeff Goldblum, was it? Sorry,
in
Thor.
The third what?
I'm sorry, Thor.
In Thor?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the third one?
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Oh, it was Kate Blanchett.
I'm trying to remember who the villain was.
It was Kate Blanchett.
Oh, well, yeah, Hela. Yeah, of course. She was a good villain. She wasn't great, but she was a good villain.
I also just don't like Ragnarok that much, so I don't really remember much about it.
No, fair enough. I'm not one of the Ragnarok worshippers, but I think it's like it's an okay movie. I thought it was fun. But I did like Hela, though.
I felt kind of crazy with Ragnarok because everyone around me was acting like the way when the first Guardians came out. Everyone was acting like, oh my god, this is like, they changed this up so well. It finally added life to Thor. And I just felt nothing watching that movie.
Yeah, I don't feel nothing from it, but I don't worship it like a lot of people did. I think it was just, I think at the time especially, it was a huge breath of fresh air for Thor. Because like everyone's like, oh shit, they leaned into what made Chris Hemsworth, like, you know, they realized how funny he was.
Yeah, and they leaned into that, for sure.
But I agree, it's not a perfect movie by any means.
The best part about the Ragnarok to me personally is Hulk. Like, I think he's so
Hulk
good.
is awesome in it. I know we talked over that line, but I love how she's like Kevin Bacon.
We're just like Kevin Bacon. And she says it's... I always love Gamora when she plays into Quill's like goofiness because she's so sincere about it.
Yeah, well, and she just doesn't know who Kevin Bacon is. So as far as she knows, he's like the world's greatest badass.
I love that scene in Infinity War of just when like Tom Holland disses Kevin Bacon in Footloose.
Oh yeah, he's like, "Is it still the greatest movie of all time?" And it's like, "It never was."
And it's just like, oh, like I remember the audience was like, oh, not because they thought Footloose was great, but because they know how much that movie means to Chris Pratt's character.
I know, and how like Tony asked him like, "Who is your master?" He's like, "My master? Who am I supposed to say? Jesus?" He's like, "You're from Earth, okay?" He's like, "No, I'm from Missouri."
That's such a great line. What am I supposed to say? Jesus? Oh yeah, you're from Earth. No, I'm from Missouri. Is pretty good. And then also, why is Gamora?
No, of course, yeah. I'll do you one better. Why is Gamora?
I know we just keep quoting Infinity War, but still, it's great.
It's Infinity War again. I gotta stress, it's like a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that movie will be remembered as a masterpiece.
I will say I kind of tune out at this third act until they get inside the ship and Groot starts fighting them, and then when the ship lands and Peter starts dancing. Up until
yeah,
then,
it kind of just becomes a CGI fest right here.
Yeah. Like right here, when they actually get inside the ship is when it comes alive for me again.
Sure.
Because their fight scene inside the ship is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, very much.
I mean, amazing. He just has these little lights. He's literally
What are
the
those
giving
supposed to be,
tree.
like fireflies or?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like giving tree.
I don't want to keep stressing this, but the fact that like James Gunn gives a moment to just be like, look at what Groot's doing, and they're all appreciating this without like moving forward and trying to fill you in with more action. They're all just like in wonder.
Yeah, it's very patient.
Yeah, like, you know, that's underrated to give characters moments like that in movies, to stop for a second, you know?
Yeah, and I've been saying it, so I don't want to just be repetitive, but like James Gunn genuinely loves these characters and just wants to spend time with them as much as like you do. You know what I mean?
I know, like when you can tell when someone gives a shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I know
yeah.
I shit on Russo Brothers a lot, but Russo Brothers cared about Captain America.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell even in like Infinity War and Endgame, they cared about Captain America. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. It all the roads kind of led to Captain America. in
like
those movies still.
Endgame ends with Captain America having the final dance. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. It basically is telling you like the Infinity Saga was really about Captain America.
It really is. It's and it works. And same with Ryan Coogler. You can tell he cares so much about the world of Wakanda and Black Panther, you know?
Oh yeah, dude, that's so cool. Yeah, no, Wakanda's so fucking cool.
Wakanda is cool. It's so cool.
Like the feeling you get when they come through the portal on Infinity War, you're like, oh fuck yeah, when they're all joining the battle. Okay,
Oh.
here we go. This is the scene, by the way.
He didn't, yeah. Dude, my audience just erupted in applause when this scene happened. Seeing the first Guardians in theaters has to be a top 5 like Marvel theater experience for me.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because
I can
dude,
see that.
it was opening. It was just so shocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one expected this.
I think, like I said, I don't know if just you and I were raised in different areas, but like my friends were excited for this movie.
No, we were
Because of the
excited
trailer.
We were excited because we heard that this movie was good, but no one expected just like the vibe of it all. You know, at least in my
Yeah.
theater. Yeah, and maybe it is. I don't know, the area I watched it in or something, or the theater I watched it in. I don't
Sure.
know. But I'm only saying that because it added so much to the experience of like how much of a shock it was.
Yeah.
For me, it was like seeing the first Iron Man and being like, wow, I didn't know superhero movies could do this.
Yeah, and it holds up tremendously well too. Like watching it now, 10 years later, I'm like, this is still like, obviously, you know, you and I can tell like this is super fun, and the characters are amazing.
Yeah, I know. Oh, you know what's also kind of sick about it is that I could show Guardians 1, 2, and 3 to someone who's never seen a single Marvel movie and they'd still be emotionally affected.
Yeah. I think 3 is the only one that's debatable because of everything with Gamora. You have to probably have
Okay.
seen Infinity War.
Sure, that's true.
Or Endgame, both Endgame and Infinity War. But still, I get what you're saying, though. Like, they still stand on their own as great movies that don't rely on a bunch of other side characters and lore.
Oh, that's so cool. I don't know. There's some moments in here where I'm like, oh, it's sick, man. I forget
What if
his-
he's like, he says, you'll never make it to Ronin. Then he smiles, and he's like, not yet. And for those listening, that was a Gladiator reference, in case you didn't get it.
Oh, I didn't get it either. Wow. Okay.
That's what he says at the end.
Oh, yeah. He's just like, but not yet. When he's like thinking about his friend.
When he says, I will see you again, but not yet. Yeah.
Oh my God. So beautiful. God, Gladiator's so good.
I know. Anyone who hasn't seen Gladiator, please see it.
And watch our reaction to it as well.
Yeah. I forgot we reacted to Gladiator, to be honest.
I'll never forget. I fucking cried.
Yeah, that movie is amazing, dude.
I ugly cried during Gladiator.
Yeah. Ooh. Hell yeah.
Metaphor.
Yeah, sort of. All right. I'm not even going to
You just gotta kill the man, but all right. Oh, this moment's so cool. I love this. I love this so much.
Oh, yeah. Right there, that side-to-side slamming.
I love Drax's little smile. Right here. Oh, man.
He's like, did you see that?
He's like a little kid.
Oh,
man.
no.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think that's what I love. Every fight sequence, it feels like it brings the characters closer together.
Oh, yeah.
And what I love about the second one, it feels like the sequels do a good job in making it feel like, oh, they're not communicating well. They're not in sync. It does a lot of good sequel stuff,
Yeah. I know. Well, exactly. These movies are very, very focused on their relationships. It prioritizes their relationships in all scenes.
Yeah, and they don't just... Every movie isn't just like, after this, we love each other now. They're super dysfunctional, and that's what makes it believable,
Yeah, they argue and bicker all the time, the entire time.
and some of it is not played for jokes. They act I remember Rocket and Quill in the second one, and we'll get to it. They actually don't have a good relationship in the second one.
Yeah, I remember that.
Because there's a lot of ego play there of who's the captain and all that stuff, and a lot of it's not played for jokes.
Sure, yeah.
It's kind of brilliant, Because they could have easily gone but we now just have to make them love each other now,
Yeah, but it's family, and family argues a whole fucking lot.
I don't got friends.
Sips on a Corona.
He says that in Furious 7 when Kurt Russell's like, you and your friends got this, right? And he's like, I don't got friends. And it's kind of great. Yeah, that's right. Kurt Russell's in Fast and Furious. And when he shows up...
I didn't know that, actually. I just sort of processed, wait, Kurt Russell's in that one?
He shows up in the 7th one. And, dude, his entrance is so fucking cool.
Okay, cool.
You know what the name of his character is?
What?
Mr. Nobody.
That's perfect.
James Wan directs the 7th one. And it feels like James Wan was also a fan of Kurt Russell.
I know. I feel like you can't not be a fan of Kurt Russell.
I know. But I mean that in the sense of he knew how to use him. You know what I mean?
Totally. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Oh no.
Oh,
not
no.
Ronin.
Yeah, every time they fight Ronin, it feels like we're watching a video game all of a sudden,
Yeah, a little bit. It just feels like a boss battle. He feels like a boss battle in the middle of the game.
We're yeah, that's fair.
He doesn't have final boss energy.
Imagine if that's actually how this movie ended. You did it! Cut to credits.
Yeah. Hard cut. Directed by James Gunn.
Everybody run!
I know. Was that a Mr. Plinkett reference?
I did a bad Mr. Plinkett impression, but yeah.
Run!
Oh my God, run! I wonder if there's crossover with fans of ours and Red Letter Media. There has to be, right?
There has to be. I mean, I feel like people point that out in the podcast whenever you reference Red Letter Media. People in the comments are like, "It's cool that you guys reference Red Letter Media. I watch them too."
Yeah, Chris and I are huge fans.
Yeah.
I mean this sincerely. We kind of look up to them.
I mean, yeah, I feel like every movie YouTuber should look up to Red Letter Media. Like, they've had the most loyal fan base and have had the most consistent opinions.
And they never feel like they are, they never feel like they're hacks. You know what I mean?
They never compromise, yeah. Well, and it's funny you say they never feel like they're hacks, because that is like a joke. They call, their fans call them hack frauds.
I know. But they make it. I mean, this scene is so beautiful. We should just pay respects to this scene.
Yeah.
This is the fucking movie right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think before the end credits, you genuinely think he dies in this movie, Groot.
Yeah. And then it's kind of at the tail end when you see he's growing back.
Yeah, it's nice. Oh yeah. You see, it's not even in the credits. You see him in a plant as Baby Groot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I love that this scene is not played for any. There's no jokes in this scene, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Groot says "We are Groot," but it's not played for laughs. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, that tiny little twig.
And I've seen people talk about this. I've seen James Gunn talk about this. Like, him saying "We are Groot," that's Groot's way of saying is just like, Rocket, it's important for us to not think about ourselves anymore. Like, it's important.
We're here to.
We have to be bigger than this, you know?
Well, exactly. And as simple as going from I to we.
Isn't that beautiful, though? But also, like, think about it. I'm watching a talking tree who only says 3 words, and it's so emotionally moving. You know? Like, that's so, I mean, that's like what James Gunn does so well. He takes like the most ridiculous concepts and moves you emotionally.
Yeah, and it explores the idea, and you'll see it, literally momentarily, but like how pain, the things we talk about, how all of them are traumatized and have like a lot of, baggage, that like pain is also what makes you unite with other people and you suffer together or can share one another. Like I suffer too. You're not alone.
I mean, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's the final shot of Suicide Squad 2, where he's doing kind of a similar thing to what you were saying. Do you know what I'm talking about? The final shot, right?
I think so. I'll have to I remember feeling that at the end.
It had something to
I
do
don't
with
remember
a
what
rat.
it looked like. Gotcha. Oh, okay.
And yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna say anything else because I really want our listeners to go watch it.
Oh no, it's Ronan.
Oh shit, he's got a big hammer. I remember my friend.
Oh, little Ronan with the hammer.
I'm gonna shout him out. My friend Nasser always talks to me about this scene of how ridiculous it is that Star-Lord just starts dancing. And he says it in a good way where he just couldn't believe it. Like, he couldn't believe that the way he fights Ronan is a dance.
And it's set up well too, like the way he shows Gamora dancing. Like he's in the opening he dances. It's the song choice too.
Yeah, and this song obviously comes up later too, but yeah, it's set up pretty well. I mean, isn't this sequence like so? I keep saying this word, so iconic. Like, I think about this so much.
I know he does the Michael Jackson dance right there too. Dance off, bro.
Subtle, take it back. Remember when we all used to just equally like Chris Pratt and who wasn't kind of problematic?
Yeah, I know, right? He was very divisive nowadays.
Yeah. And by the way, I'm not saying the critics of Chris Pratt are wrong. I'm just saying that these were more simpler times.
Yeah, I know, of course, of course. See, this right here, this is the metaphor, right?
Yeah. I know.
It's like sharing your suffering to ease someone else's suffering.
I mean, this is the James Gunn like thesis. He does this in all his movies, you know?
Yeah, he's great at it.
It's what he truly I mean, I think sometimes now people parody him for like, oh, is he just going to have a bunch of characters that are going through trauma that share their pain? But I'm like, there's nothing wrong with a filmmaker having like an ideology that they want to explore in different ways, you know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone has their... I mean, fucking Tarantino has his things that he comes back to all the time.
Wes Anderson
everyone
does as
has
well,
theirs.
you know? And people always give
course.
shit at Wes Anderson making the same movie, but I'm like, he uses different sandboxes, but... Okay, also, him, like, seeing his mom is just so fucking moving. Like, it's amazing.
Yeah, Take My Hand coming back in a meaningful way.
Oh, I think it's when I see Rocket's hand that really fucking gets me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Drax. What's great about it is that they don't need to. They don't need to do this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's good shit.
Hell yeah.
Take that, Ronan.
You said it yourself, bitch. I like how Peter Quill's still himself when he's talking to him.
Yeah. They did what Captain Marvel couldn't.
Okay, let's not. Oh, I forgot Yondu comes here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a good line. That's so good. Wow, that makeup on Chris Pratt looks really good, I gotta say.
Yeah. I know I can feel the sting.
That's another thing that's kind of a bummer about a lot of Marvel movies is that they don't like beat up their characters enough, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I gotta say the
They
Tom
get some
Holland...
kind of basic...
Go ahead.
I would say they usually get some kind of basic bruising towards the end, but that's really it. Like, they don't really lose a whole lot. The characters usually all live.
It's always like 2 or 3 characters. And I'm not even talking about death. I'm just talking about like beating them up. Like it's fine if they live, but I just want them to like feel like they went through like a tumultuous journey, you know?
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. I meant like side supporting characters and stuff usually all live too. Usually.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's the one flaw, funny enough, I do have with Endgame. Is like everybody, all the critical characters live, except we all know, except for Iron Man and Captain America retires. But like in a battle like that, everyone fucking lives.
Yeah, it's because they have to make other movies. That's like,
I know. They didn't like Deathly Hallows it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Deathly Hallows just knocks out like 4 principal characters very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay,
random
wait.
characters just throughout.
I'm sorry, but we just gotta like give big ups to this scene.
Yeah, this is a wonderful moment.
There's no dialogue exchange either. It's just Him calling him a raccoon, this vermin, this entire movie, and then just petting him.
Yeah.
Love how Rocket's all scared at first, too.
Yeah, he's not used to physical contact.
And Rocket lets him pet him, too.
Mm-hmm.
That's important, too, because Rocket hates being, like, known as a pet, hates being, like, called a raccoon. But the fact that he lets Drax pet him, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, it's okay to share your grief with someone. It's that theme rung true again.
Yeah, he's being vulnerable. And, yeah, letting himself be supported.
Exactly. That's important, too. Sometimes you gotta, like, open yourself up for help of others, you know?
Fuck yeah, yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do. Because you want it, like, someone like Rocket is obviously more lenient. It's like, I can be independent. I can take care of myself just fine, you know?
Yeah, but all of that bottled pain goes somewhere, whether you want it to or not. You know, you're going to let it out in other ways.
Exactly. And this is, yeah, this is them just being like, yeah, we got to get rid of Thanos. Is that... Again, it's just great that it's Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you can't kill.
Yeah, you know, it's
Like,
reminds me of our discussion we just had on Clockwork Orange, you know, coming soon.
Exactly.
Do laws prevent you from committing immoral acts?
All
Oh,
right.
right here, right here. I love this scene so much.
Yeah, it's crazy. He didn't open that. Ever since he was a kid, he just kept it closed away. It's such a obvious metaphor of just like locking your grief away in a closet. Like,
Yeah, his pain inside, and I think he got to kind of come to terms with it through, you know, Gamora and Drax and Rocket and Groot.
and confronting it too, you know?
Yeah,
Like that's the thing. Like he kept it hidden. Like,
yeah, but I'm just saying he's vulnerable enough to confront it because of what he went through with them.
I remember immediately everyone got excited just because we knew that like, oh, they should make a sequel to this. They're probably going to call it Volume 2.
Yeah.
Like,
I love this song choice for obvious reasons, but it's obviously like he's hearing his mom saying, you know, while he's out in fucking space, you know, his mom saying, "Nothing will stop me from being with you."
and he's looking at Gamora and Drax is over there. He's seeing that he has a family now.
Totally. And the Gamora dances too.
She's like, I dig
So
this.
well done. Yeah.
And then it cuts to the Ravager. It doesn't have to cut to Yondu and the Ravagers, but it does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
it also
how
shows that he scammed him too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, actually.
He put a troll doll in it, didn't he? Let's see. Yeah, right there. He's not even mad. He's like, "Oh, clever."
That's what I like about it. It's like he's not like Peter. Like he just like kind of charmed by it.
He's like, "I raised a scoundrel."
He's my son. Yeah. Okay. I also love this tiny touch that John C. Reilly's really into plants. Like,
Well, oh yeah, and this is what I'm talking about too. Like this moment, like you actually get attached to literally everyone.
and earlier in the movie, he was watering plants. Like, this is a big thing for him. But yeah, he has a family too. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to cut to him hugging his family.
I think this song is also very special to me because I grew up with it pretty heavily because it was in the Remember the Titans movie and they had the soundtrack as a kid.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
baby Groot. Bit of both.
Oh, and this is the iconic ending song too.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This is probably one of the greatest pop songs ever written.
Yes. Yes. Like 1,000%.
Like that chord progression's so good. Dun 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 dun. It's so catchy.
Guardian Galaxy will return.
And Michael Jackson's singing voice, like I've told you this before separately, but it like kind of frightens me how much emotion he puts into it as a little kid.
Well, yeah,
I was like, you're too young to sing like that.
Yeah, you always tell me it's scary how young he is and he can be this good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. Oh.
This is the iconic scene right here. I knew so many people who had that little dancing Groot toy.
Oh, I mean, it became like immediately everyone knew that this would sell merch. Like, Baby Groot became a kind of a phenomenon.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Remember when 2 was coming out? Like, Baby Groot was like everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
How he just doesn't like Drax watching. He can't see Drax watching him. All right. But okay, that's another thing I gotta say. We'll get to it, but he freezes up whenever Dax watches him, and then in the third one, Dax finally dances. Like,
Drax, by the way, but yeah, yeah.
oh,
Yeah, it's
I've been
amazing.
saying Dax this entire movie.
No, I've been catching him, or like I don't think you've been saying Drax. I think
Oh, okay.
I thought you were just misspeaking, but then I realized like, oh, you might actually think his name's Dax.
Wow. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Watching and listening, I guess. But thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. We really appreciate it. Last but not least,
Yeah, really, thank you. Real quick. I just want to say, like, thank you for just spending your time with us. Whether you've watched one before, if this is your first time jumping in, just thank you for spending 2 hours with us. Like, that's really fucking cool. You could have done anything with your day, and you chose to do this and support us. It's really cool. It really does mean a lot to us.
Hell yeah. Good call, man.